times you might be falling into credit card debt. And to get out of it, some people are turning to debt settlement companies. Now, these companies promise to negotiate with your creditors so you can pay off your debt for less than what you owe. But consumer investigator Randy Mack has learned these programs may not always give you what they promise.
A few years back, Crystal Dawson lost her job, so she relied on credit cards to get by. But when the bills got to be too much, she turned to a debt settlement company called MacLock to help.
Like, okay, we finally did something right. We're moving forward. We're not stuck in this debt hole.
Here's how Crystal says MacLock told her the program worked. She would stop paying her credit card bills, even let them go to collections. Instead, she'd make a monthly payment to MacLock. When the company collected enough money from Crystal, it would start paying off her creditors at a negotiated, reduced amount. Crystal says after 2 years in the program, MacLock told her all her creditors had been paid.
Everything is done. We did our job.
But recently, Crystal says an old credit card company dinged her credit, saying it wrote off an unpaid debt, one MacLock was supposed to pay, but apparently never did.
It stung, it hurt, it's a lesson learned.
The I team learned Crystal's not alone. Other consumers have complained to the Better Business Bureau about MacLock, saying the company didn't pay creditors it was supposed to. Those creditors are garnishing their wages and suing them. In an online response to the BBB about these complaints, MacLock denied it did anything wrong. The I team wanted to ask more questions about these complaints, but the company didn't return our phone calls.
Any company that promises to help you wipe out the stress of debt is really appealing.
Sarah Raffner with the personal finance site NerdWallet thinks consumers should avoid debt settlement companies. She says your debt will likely only grow while you're working with these companies, and the credit score takes a beating.
The bills don't stop just because you're in negotiation mode. They are still coming, and you're still not paying them, which means you're subject to things like late fees. Your debts are starting to go into collections. It's going to have a really detrimental effect on your credit score.
Raffner says instead you can negotiate with your creditors all on your own. But if you do want help, she suggests finding a nonprofit credit counseling agency. They can help you hammer out payment plans with your creditors while working within your budget.
It can provide you with a lot of power through a situation where you might feel quite powerless.
All advice Crystal wishes she'd heard long ago.
I just don't want anyone else to go through this because it does suck when you think you're doing so well again and then you just get kicked down.
Raffner says you can always consolidate your debt by obtaining a personal loan or through the use of a low-interest credit card. And for some, wiping out your debt altogether through bankruptcy might be an option, but you'll want to consult an attorney for that. In Chino Hills, I'm Randy Mack for NBC4 News.